Welcome back to another edition of the YodelCast. I'm your host, Doc Lettuce, bringing you a friendly scrim here between Heartbreakerz and Over 9,000, plus a ringer on their team. This is in preparation for the ESL game that will be going on tomorrow. However, many of you will be watching this much later, as teams don't want to give away their strategy, so I'm going to be releasing this probably about a week after this is aired. So you guys may have already seen some of these strategies, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be a good game. So, as the game does get underway, I'm going to give you guys our roster rundown. On Blood Eagle, we do have Heartbreakerz with Knutson, FX, Bins, Shaz, LB, Mimolin, and Greg the Eunuch. And on Diamond Sword, we have Over 9,000 with Leviathan, Shrek, Svena, Shannon, Creature doing some ringing, Yankee, and Nave, with that pronunciation still pending approval. So as we are getting underway here, Svena's getting us started with a grab, but he's very slow already and is going to just drop the flag there really quickly in the field. Was finished off with a snipe there from Knutson. Always the one doing the sniping here for the Heartbreakerz team, using that phase rifle after the BTX nerf patch. They will be running their standard lineup here, with FX doing some midfield dueling and just generally making sure things don't get close. Greg will be the one on the flag instead of Miri, who is not playing. He may be observing and watching. And Knutson will, of course, as mentioned, be doing the sniping. LB seems to be hanging around here as well now, which would be interesting if they swapped to a 4 defensive strategy. Despite the look, he is in Soldier, so he's just running that medium. It'll be interesting to see whether he keeps that up or whether he swaps back to an offensive role. Creature, in the meantime, got a little bit away with a grab, but did get finished off there in the end, and Bins is able to get the return. He wasn't really going all that fast and didn't have any speed, so I didn't interrupt my speech there to swap to him, but you all saw basically what happened anyway. So yeah, it does look like LB's hanging around the stand right now, though, so we're going to keep an eye on that and see if he does end up... There we go, he's starting to boost off now, so he's going back into the offensive role, so they are going to stick with their 3 defense strategy that they've seemed to be running the majority of the time I've been watching. So switching over here to the Over 9,000 side, I don't know them at all. This is the first game I've casted with them in it, so it's going to be interesting to see their version of things. Shrek here doing the sniping. He probably will also be using the phase rifle. We do have Shannon and Nave also there on the defensive side. It looks like Nave will be there on the stand defense, and Shannon will be the general dueler type person. Shannon's running the soldier, as Shaz here going out a little bit with the back to front, but wasn't going very fast and gets quickly mowed down there by Shannon. Nave's also in a soldier, so they're going to be running with 2 snipers and a soldier, which is fairly standard for most teams. We have occasionally seen a Pathfinder be used for the Nitrons, but the dual soldiers definitely seems to be slightly more popular as Greg goes down, allowing Creature to get the flag and get away a little bit here on a side-to-side. Some sniper shots are coming in from Knutson, but not hitting, and he's being heavily dueled, so he's not going to be able to do much. LB has started here trying to chain gun him down, but Creature's still got 500 health, 440 all the way back to his base now. It's all going to be on whether Knutson can get a last-minute snipe in here and possibly bring him down to 38 health, and FX mows him down with a chain gun. Very nicely done. The flag bounces right over the Over 9,000 stand, and Mimolin does get away with an E-grab just to buy his team some time. Sven is going to be picking up the Heartbreakerz flag here, but Shaz has picked up the 9,000 flag, so we may possibly be moving into a standoff. We are going to go ahead and switch to Shaz here, who does not have great speed and now no longer great health, as Shrek does snipe him down to 257 health. Sven has just dropped the flag, but it's just being tossed off to Shannon. Mimolin has now picked up the flag as Shaz tosses it to him, which is a smart move. Mimolin's at full health. May not be going all that fast, but he's in a Pathfinder, so he'll gain some speed. Greg and FX doing some very nice dueling, preventing those chasers really from catching up and causing Mimolin any problems, and he's actually probably going to toss it off here to Greg, so they are going to be moving in preparation for the standoff, although I have great Nitrons coming in there from Creature, I believe it was. Bins is able to pick it up off the flag, though, and that will amount to nothing. On the other side, we did have a drop-off, but Shrek has picked it up anyway, so no real stress on that side. Oh, in the meantime, though, I didn't get to see it, unfortunately, but Bins somehow lost the flag, and we did have a capture. Bins just suicided, so I'm assuming he got Nitroned and it was returned. I couldn't see by who, unfortunately, but that's life. Shaz getting away with the grab, punts it out into the midfield, trying to buy his team a little bit of time to come here and get the grab. Yankee's probably going to be able to return this, though, and he does. People just were not quite spawned yet for the Heartbreakerz team. Creature grabs the flag, but he's very low, goes down very quickly to Knutson, actually, who does snipe him out. Yankee and Svena are going in there for the grab. Svena is going to be able to pick it up. Yes, he is, but he's got no speed and just got hit hard. FX did just take him down. They're going to let the flag sit in the field and then return it at their own will. So let's go ahead and swap over here to the 9,000 stand, where we do have Shannon and Nave both doing a little bit of... No one's really going out and dueling like FX is, so they're sort of sticking mostly strongly to the flag stand, and they're just going to deal with the offense as it comes in. If anyone spams from far away, well, we'll see how they react then, but for now they're definitely sticking with the 2 people on the stand, which is very, very different from the Heartbreakerz method, and it'll be very interesting to see which one pulls out. I mean, obviously, of course, right now it's over 9,000, but, you know, 20 minutes left to go. Long game still at this point. We do see Mimolin and LB are getting ready to come in and do some distracting. Shrek's already spotted them, though, and he's doing some sniping, but not going to do all that much. Mimolin's the only one low, and they do some heavy damage and take down Shrek. This is a perfect chance for them to get a grab off here. I don't see Shaz. Shaz is coming in now. Nave and O'Shannon are both low, and neither of them were paying attention. Shaz is going to be able to get away with his flag. 748, the sniper has just respawned. Should have some pretty easy shots going off here. Sniper fire is coming in, did knock one down to 236. One more shot might be able to do it. Creature coming in, trying to make the grab, misses the flag stand, and Shaz manages to get the tying cap. So good play there by the defense. I couldn't see whether that was a body block or a missed grab, but I'm assuming a body block. Cappers at this level 10 not to miss. Svenna's picked it up and just chucked it, and LB has done exactly the same. LB actually got a lot further, though, and a nice little bump there actually bounced the 9,000 flag out into the air and prevented them from returning it, so Mimolin was able to pick it up. In the meantime, his flag was returned. No one's going to be able to stop him. He's going to be able to make it home, and a 2-1. So I couldn't quite see what bounced the flag there. I did see a Merv come in, but I don't think that was what did it. In any case, great bounce there, preventing that return, and it got the Heartbreakerz the cap. We did have a quick grab there, as you obviously saw, but yeah. Flags in the field, nothing really worth talking about. So some good play here from Heartbreakerz. They're letting Shaz do the capping, and then when he's either capped or goes down, as soon as it gets returned, they're just grabbing it and punting it, because the defense will probably have suicided or are sort of slowly walking their way back to their stand to try and get back on defense, giving them more than enough, giving the Heartbreakerz team more than enough time to get their people ready in position in the midfield for the grab. We do see LB just gets taken out there, so this is going to be not so great here for Shaz, as he's probably coming in, but Svenna actually giving us something to talk about. He does grab the flag going on the side-to-side route, 385 health down to 184. One sniper fire will finish him off now as he's down to 28. 180 speed, and he did try to toss it off to Creature. The toss did miss, and Creature does end up having to disc himself forward. In the meantime, we had a grab there. I believe it was from Mimolin, but Nave is going to be able to return this fairly easily, so can Heartbreakerz do anything about this? Doesn't look like it. Creature, 87 health. No, the sniper fire does not manage to take him down, and they get the tying cap 2-2. A little bit of flag tossing issue there, but that's probably because those two do not play on the same team. Creature's obviously ringing for the over 9,000 team, but they still managed to get the cap in the end, so good play from them. With some good, good response, good play. Got the flag out, and they were certainly there to support him, even if their flag toss missed. So the defenses have been holding up mostly pretty decently. I mean, this is a pretty easy map to overwhelm and get capped on fairly easy. I mean, the map is not all that large, and if you manage to take down the sniper, it's pretty easy to get away with the flag. But the defenses are doing a pretty good job. There haven't been any super great dominating clears that I've seen, but it's been enough. Shrek does manage to take down Mimolin. LB's the only one left there to try and take down Shrek and Nave all by himself. He is distracting Shrek, which is going to be good, but Shaz does not seem to be anywhere close, and he does drop. I'm guessing Shaz broke off his route or was sniped down beforehand. He's still in the game. Oh, he's an infiltrator, actually. Okay, that certainly explains a lot. He might be changing up his strategy here. They do not actually have a Pathfinder. That's one of the few times it's actually going to have been this way. And there we go. Shaz getting out with the infiltrator, but he's got no health. And I think he was going to try and punt it off there. Yeah, we do see they were probably going for the punt strategy because LB was already ready there. And he died just before he wanted to punt it off to Mimolin. Yeah, they absolutely had a punt chain set up, so they were definitely going to be trying that. But unfortunately for them, the two punts actually failed to get off as both players did die. Well, Shaz had a chance, but I think he might have missed his shot. So we do see that they are electing to go for this punt strategy because if the other defense is just too strong and they can't clear it, they're going to need to find a way to get the flag out into the field and off the stand and back to their base. And punting is, although nerfed, still a very viable strategy. And if they have that punt chain set up like they did, it could very well work. Creature gets taken out by Knutsen's Claymore there. They were more than happy to let him get away with that front to back because they knew they had the Claymore set up. And he really had no chance of going anywhere if that was a strategy he wanted to run with. Mimolin doing some good distracting on on Shrek, sorry, as Shaz comes in. O'Shannon was down, but Nave mows down Shaz after he grabs the flag. No one was really on him. I didn't see what happened to LB, unfortunately, but, a good attempt at grabbing the flag, but there was no one in the midfield to help him out, and Nave just mowed him down. So we are going to take a look here at the Heartbreakerz stand and see how that's going. Greganoush does go down. Creature's able to grab it, but he has no health whatsoever. 36, one shot from anything will take him down. Indeed, he does go down. We did have a pickup there. Now LB's got it. Apparently, there may have been a tree involved somewhere. Is that on a tree? No, it was not on a tree. We did have a return there for the over 9,000 flag. Svena did pick up the flag, but he was very low and sniped down by Knudsen. And we just had a couple kills there. Binz is going to be able to return this flag very easily. He's just going to hang on to it for now. Some Murph spam coming in to try and kill him after the fact, but not going to be enough. So let's keep taking a look here as Creature's about to come in, but he's very low on health. There's really no chance. Yep, Knudsen takes him down before anything else happens, and Svena comes in a little bit too late to try and take care of him. And Knudsen's going to be able to heal up with a job well done. On the other side, Shannon, Shrek, and Nave, and Svena, and Leviathan, and Creature, everyone's at the base. Mimlin's coming in to try and do distracting. It's not going to be enough. Shaz does manage to do some clearing himself, though, with the bolt launcher. Very nicely done by him. But he's going down rapidly, and Shrek actually is the finishing blow on that. Binz is a little bit too far away, I think, and this is probably going to be returned here by Nave. Some grenades coming in, but not quite enough. He would have had to bounce the flag to have any chance, and I don't know if he had any bouncy shot-worthy things that were easy to do with. Creature getting away with a grab, 132. Knudsen has a beat on him, runs into the tree, and Knudsen's able to take him down. Creature loves these trees, and apparently they love him back, slowing him down. They don't want to let go of him. He may have run into it the first time. I didn't unfortunately get to see it as I was busy paying attention to other things, but we definitely saw him run into the tree there. Shaz getting away with a grab, not very fast though, 150 speed, down to 74 rather, gets sniped down by Shrek. I think he wanted to punt it, but waited just a little bit too long, and that sniper did manage to take him out. I gotta go check Shrek quickly and make sure that he's using what I think he's using. Yes he is, that is indeed the phase rifle. Just had to confirm that, wasn't paying enough attention beforehand. But if he was using the BTX, that would have been very weird and very special. But indeed, he's using the phase. So we do see some clearing going on here from Leviathan, but he does get taken down by FX. So FX realized Greganoush was in a lot of trouble, came back and supported him, and now they should be able to have this flag stand pretty much safe and secure. Creature did come in and get the grab, but even though he took down Greganoush, FX was there to finish him off, and FX clears up there. So we're going to go ahead and look over here really quickly. As Shaz is actually probably in the Infiltrator again. Indeed he is, but he's already been spotted. He does go down to Shrek. I believe he may have gone down to a Claymore. But when you see Shaz not running around, it's likely that he was in the Infiltrator, so they were probably going to be setting up that run again. You see Binz is there in the midfield. He's probably just going to stay there. There's no reason really not to try it again. Although Shaz has swapped back to Pathfinder, so that's okay. I mean, they're certainly testing out strategies here, and if they know you're coming in the Infiltrator, it's kind of pointless, but you know, so they'll probably go back to regular capping for a while and then swap back to the Infiltrator punt strategy. The over 9,000 strategy seems to be pretty simple. Just keep doing what they're doing, and eventually they figure they'll get away with a cap. Creature's certainly been doing a very good job capping. I mean, he's run into a tree a couple times, but you know, they do have 2 caps, and I believe he'd actually been the source of the flag pickups for both of those. I could be wrong, but I think he was. Yankee actually going in there, doing some distracting. Creature now gets the go sign from his teammates. Svena in that Infiltrator taking care of Knudsen. Knudsen's not quite dead though, and Creature has been spotted by Binz. They didn't do quite enough clearing on the stand before Creature was coming in, so the flag is going to be dropped here in the field. And that's going to be very safe now for them. They do have a lot of people defending it. In the meantime, Shaz also got taken out. Nave's there with the return. They do have a Shrike out on the field now. It's going to be Mimlin doing the Shrike. It'll be interesting to see how effective he is with it. I haven't seen all that much Shrike play from the Heartbreakerz team. I've seen them pull out a Shrike in response to someone else pulling out a Shrike, but I haven't seen any solo Shrike-ness ability. So it'll be very interesting to see how effectively they use it compared to the other people that we've watched. Creature did, well, the Blood Eagle flag was returned, so Creature came in just a little bit too late. He's probably just going to turn around and set up on the back to front side. Mimlin's about to lose this Shrike, though. It's down to 327 health. Shaz is in the Pathfinder, so he's trying to do capping, and he does manage to grab the flag. Not got great speed, but the sniper's actually dead. I don't see Shrek anywhere, so Shaz is easily going to be able to make this away. The chasers were not really ready. Shrek has just respawned, but no one's there to do anything about it. There was Svena on the stand, but just a little bit too late there with the E-grab, and it is a 3-2 scoreline now for Heartbreakerz. So it's possible that Shrek was doing some nice distracting work, and they were all just too busy trying to chain gun it down and weren't paying enough attention to Shaz. So if that was the case, then it worked out very well, but otherwise the Shrike was, for the most part, fairly useless. I saw him try to go after Creature there, but due to the sky hitboxes, he simply couldn't because Creature was going too high. We do see Creature coming in now. Svane's really the only one here to do distracting, and he's going to go after Knutson, which is going to be an interesting choice as Creature runs into yet another object. This time it's the side, and misses the punt. So not going all that well for Creature right now. He's not having a great time. Yankee is able to pick it up in the midfield, though. Fx and Bins are on him. He does have to punt it off because he was going down. There's no one here to pick it up, though, except for Leviathan coming in the heavy, and he's probably not going to be able to do much. Fx does return it before the Merv goes off. Shaz trying to get a grab off here in the Infiltrator, but they were not set up for this at all. Bins and Fx were both going for the return, so no one was there for the punt strategy pickup. So sort of a wasted attempt there by Shaz. I almost wonder if he was out of energy or thought there were people meant to be there. Otherwise, there was really no need to grab that in the Infiltrator. He could have just cloaked, so he would have had to be out of any energy for that to make sense. We do see Mimolin and Shaz were trying to do something fun there, but, well, I think they were. I'm not entirely sure. Mimolin was actually getting away, and he had full health. I'm not sure why he felt the need to pass that off. Shaz did have to turn around and stop, and there we go. He's stopped completely, and now he's being mowed down here by O'Shannon and Leviathan. Tosses the flag off. It almost landed right into Mimolin, but Mimolin's taken down now because there were just too many people coming in, and the flag is returned for the Over 9,000 team. LB, though, with the continuation grab, so very nice. They're taking a page out of IDK's book, always having someone there for the pickup grab right afterwards, and LB's actually got full health. Shrek is not alive at the moment, or if he is, he's in a different... He is in the Sentinel, so he just spawned now, as we can see. Sniper fire is just starting to come in now, down to 384 is LB. Svane's really the only one to stop it, though, and can't do anything, as LB makes it a 4-2 game. So very good play here from the Heartbreakers. Oh, a little bit of double... Mimolin, I believe it was there, grabbed the flag and killed himself while killing his opponent. So a good attempt, but got to get a little bit further away before you start blasting yourself in the face. But yeah, Heartbreakers, I like what they're doing here. They're really keeping up the pressure by continually trying to keep the flag off the stand, making sure there's someone there once they've grabbed, as we saw LB do, just to sort of mimic the IDK strategy. The IDK team does it very, very well, but they're certainly putting their own spin on it here as Shaz grabs it. He's going nowhere, though. He's sniped down by Shrek, and O'Shannon's going to be able to return this fairly easily. Although, never mind, he sort of leaves it, and Mimolin comes in, picks it up, down to 600 health, though, down to 453 now. He's having to punt it off. Bins is there, barely misses Bins, but Shaz comes in. Oh, almost missed that. Leviathan could have had the return there, but he did not quite manage to land on it. Although, and it does look like Shaz is going to be able to get this. No, he either punted it, tossed it, or was nitroned, and it did go bouncing. Creature, in the meantime, was getting away because everyone was going for that pickup, and Creature there being heavily sniped down by Knutson, down to 100 health. He's probably not going to last much longer. There we go. Knutson did hit the shot. Bins, LB, Yankee, Nave, and Mimolin are going to be the ones going for this here. Yankee is probably the closest, but he isn't that heavy, so it might be difficult. Mimolin's coming in here from the side. He doesn't have a shot to bounce the flag, so Yankee's going to be able to pick this up. Nave actually comes in. They're arguing who's going to pick it up, but Yankee finally is the one that ends up picking it up. LB and Bins are both coming in now, as is Shaz with some nitrons. It's going to be hard to avoid the nitron here. Bolt launcher shots coming in. There comes the nitron. Instead, he tosses it off first to try and get it to Nave. Doesn't quite make it. Shaz does go down. Bins is still there. Bins is going to be able to mow everyone down and get the return. Good play there by Bins. I'm not sure that Leviathan actually needed to toss that flag off. He had more than enough health. It would have been hard to avoid the nitron, but I think it would have been better to just hang on to it there. And Heartbreakers does cap it up after some great play there by Bins, managing to stay alive and take down pretty much everyone before getting that return. There's a lot of action on that flag, though, as Creature bounces off yet another object. I'm not sure whether this is an intentional bounce or not. I'm going to go ahead and say it is, but, well, no, I'm going to say it's not, because he went down fairly easily there. I mean, you can sometimes get it so that if you bounce off this section here, it sort of bounces or changes your vector so that you're going straight more towards this way, making it more of a back-to-frontish style route. But you do lose a lot of speed and often quite a bit of health depending on how fast you're going in, so it's not a very easy thing to pull off, and it clearly didn't work there for Creature if that's what he was going for. We see Bins actually doing some dueling in the midfield. I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, this is the offense. I guess he's just buying his defense a fair amount of time, and he does actually. Leviathan and Yankee are very, very low. One person doing a heavy amount of damage, so they're going to have to take some time before they actually go in and do their distractions. So good play there by Bins, and Fx actually coming in there with Knutson doing the sniping to make sure to clean that up. So there's going to be no clearing on their stand. That's buying them a lot of time. So we are going to focus on their offense now as Mimolin's taking care of O'Shannon. O'Shannon's actually swapped into a heavy or something. A heavy of some sort, sorry, and Shaz comes in with the now cleared flag stand. There is a Shrike out on the field, but the Shrike's not really paying attention. Shaz is down to 183 after running into a bit of a rock, plank, wooden thing. And he does punt the flag. Leviathan's probably going to be able to get this unless someone bounces it. They do bounce it. Mimlin's going to be the one picking it up, but the Shrike's going to mow him down. No, Shrike's going to snipe him down. The flag's bouncing in the field. I couldn't have... Camera borked out on me there at the end, so I couldn't quite see who got the return, but somebody did end up getting the return for the Over 9,000 team. Creature, in the meantime, had a grab, but he didn't go very far at all. So some interesting play there. I would have loved to see what happened, but unfortunately the stupid camera just sort of bugged out on me there. My apologies on that one. It is actually Svena was the one in the Shrike. The Shrike is now down. Also wasn't all that useful of a Shrike for the Over 9,000 team. I haven't seen the Shrikes be used all that well here. He did mow down a couple of people very nicely, but I would have liked to see that Shrike stay alive a little bit longer. Just because, you know, Shrikes can be so devastating if you use them right, and, you know, the teams are really doing very, very good jobs at targeting them down. It's just sort of hard to justify bringing out a Shrike. I mean, it does cost credits, and, you know, credits are obviously not that big of a deal, but I don't know, I'm just not sure if there's that much of a point. But we'll see. If someone pulls out a great play, I'm sure I'll say there will be a point. And Svena's using it actually to clear the claymores there, buying Creature a little bit of easy space, trying to do some damage on Greganush, but instead it's going to be the Mervs that were doing the majority of the damage. Creature's coming in now. He does take down Greganush by himself, but he has no health. There was, I guess, someone shooting in there with some grenades, probably Greganush, which did some serious damage to Creature and prevented him from getting away with the flag, so... You know, that Shrike missed all of its shots there on Greganush. If it had managed to take him down with that Merv spam combined, it may have been a really good choice, but at this point, he's either going to have to lose the Shrike because it's very low, or go and repair it, and that will take a fair amount of time. So I think I sort of would have preferred to see no Shrikes in this case. He is actually going to go for the repair, but Shaz is coming in now. He might actually try and do something. He is indeed going to break off from his route. He's going to try and get in. Does not manage to get in it, but does manage to knock it incredibly low, and is going to try and mow it down. Not able to do so. It is incredibly low, though, but Shaz is going to have to set up and change his route now. He's probably even been spotted by Shrek. Yeah, he has. So this is basically a wasted time for the Heartbreakerz team. So he's just going to keep trying to mow down this Shrike, which has just a sliver of health. One shot from anything will take it out, and indeed, it does go down there. I believe it was sniped by Knudsen, if I'm not mistaken, which would be amusing, bizarre, and yet somehow still slightly awesome. As we see Snipes coming in there on Creature, who does actually get taken out by Greganush with a nice midair before he even gets in. Leviathan will also be cleaned up, so the Heartbreakerz defense is holding out very strong here. They haven't given up a cap in a very long time, and there's actually only 3 minutes left. I hadn't paid any attention to the time yet. Shaz is coming in here now as the whole team is distracted, is going to be able to get it with some nice clear from himself. Almost got ran over by his own teammate there with Mimlin. But Yankee is in front of him. You're not really paying attention. He does end up having to chuck it off. Chucks it off very nicely to Bins. It bounces perfectly right into him, and Bins has got more than enough health to survive the sniper. So it's going to be all about whether they can get a Nitron or a E-grab off here. Nave is actually sort of not deciding, and he does get taken down. He didn't decide quick enough which he was going to go for. Svena really the only one left here to do anything, but he's not even remotely in position. Comes in way too late, and Bins does get the cap. We see Creature there. Was going in to try and do something, but did get taken down. Mimlin actually using the Shrike for a Shrike grab. Perfect use of it there. Yankee is really the only one going to be able to do anything. He's probably going to go for the E, but gets taken down by Shaz. Mimlin gets body blocked by Bin. Some defensive communication failure there. Svena actually waiting for this. It's going to be a punch. Does not even get the punch off, I believe, but did manage to take down Mimlin very low, who is very low, but does get the end final cap. I should have spectated Svena there and see if he had Sonic Punch, because I think he got the swing off. It obviously didn't knock the flag out, so maybe he forgot to put on Sonic Punch. That's an entirely possible situation. It would be a huge shame, because that would have been very awesome if he'd had it. But in any case, that is a 7-2 scoreline here for Heartbreakerz over the Over 9,000 team plus Creature. So good play there from Heartbreakerz. They were clearly testing out a couple things. They really need to work on that punt strategy if it's going to work. As far as how many maps this is going to go, I don't know. I think they're going to play a lot, probably maybe even 5 or something of that sort. I may or may not cast all of them depending on how well I hold up, because I have not casted a 5-map series in a very long time. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and cancel this, or not cancel, but cut this cast off here, because we will be moving on to the second map, which looks to be Arx Novena. So as always, thank you everyone for watching. Please leave your comments below.